Hi, welcome to MobileCreator tutorials. In this video, you'll learn how to fine-tune element positioning. If you're new to MobileCreator, you might want to check out step 1 in making a page from scratch, which explains containers. Let's create a new page in our project. Select the Page tab in the ribbon and click on New Page. We'll add 4 containers to the page: a header, a panel, an image, and a footer. Select the panel and the Home tab in the ribbon. As we can see in Automatic Dimensions, the panel, by default, takes up the full width of its container. In this case, its container is the page. By default, the panel also has automatic height. If we place the image inside the panel, its height automatically stretches to include the whole photo. If we take the photo out again, it goes back to its default height. As we can see in the grayed out boxes under Manual Dimensions, the automatic height of a newly created panel is 100 pixels. To change the height, click on Automatic Height to unselect it. Now we can modify the height freely, either in the ribbon or by clicking and dragging the green handles. And to change the width, unselect Full Width under Automatic Dimensions. The panel now shrinks to allow you to change the size with the handles. You may have noticed that the panel stays centered just below the header, no matter how we drag the handles. This is because the positioning of elements is defined by the container. In this case, the container being the page. By default, a container centers all its elements. You can see this default alignment in the Home tab of the ribbon under Content Alignment. Notice that by content, we mean the content of a container. Let's add 2 buttons to the panel to make this point clearer. Select the panel and then click on Button in the Element menu. You'll have to click twice to add 2 buttons. So, say we want the panel to be on the left of the page. And to do this, we were to select the panel and then click on Content Alignment Left. It's the buttons that shift left. That's not what we wanted. We need to select the panel's container, the page. Select Page, Content Alignment Left, and the panel goes to the left. Let's put everything back in the center now. To the left of Content Alignment is Element Alignment. This is the direct method of changing the alignment of an element. Let's see how it works. Click on one of the buttons. You'll notice that since the button is not a container, the only alignment options in the ribbon are for aligning the element itself. As usual, it is by default aligned to the center. Let's align it right. Oops, that might not be what you expected, but it's normal. Because of the HTML language used to write web pages, we can either align all elements in a container to the center or none of them. When we move one button to the right, we can either move all buttons to the right or just one. Since we selected element alignment and not content alignment, it is assumed that we wanted just one button to go to the right. If we click on the panel, we see that the panel's content alignment is now none. This means that there is no common alignment rule for all the elements inside the panel. If we try to center one of the elements again, the program will remind us that if one element is centered, all must be centered. Let's add a picture after the panel and another panel with some text in it. Now let's shrink the first panel down. The panel moves over to the left. Why is the panel no longer centered? The elements on the page are like characters in a line of text. We can see that the line of elements is centered by noting the difference when we select Content Alignment Left. Let's move the alignment back to the center. If we wanted to have the panel centered over the picture, we could pull the panel back to its original shape. But be careful, This won't ensure that the picture always stays centered below the panel. Look what happens when the phone is rotated. The page becomes larger, so now there's enough room on the line for the panel and the image. Notice how the text below has changed in a similar way? To keep the image centered, we could use a container, as previously demonstrated, or we could use a line break. Click on the image and select Line Break in the ribbon under Element Alignment. The image has jumped down to the next line, sort of like we are making it part of a new paragraph. Now it won't shift up when the phone is rotated. It's that easy. For more tips and tricks, check out our webpage at the following link.